The Last of Us season finale.
The Last of Us season finale.
Is it time?
The Last of Us season 2, episode 7, the finale. Drink.
Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna need a drink to get through this.
You might need.
Yes.
I'm gonna need another one. So do we want to do non-spoilers first, or are we just gonna go straight in? Let's just go straight in.
I say let's go straight.
It's Thursday. You haven't seen this show yet.
For those of you who either haven't played the game or haven't watched the last episode, we're gonna get into spoilers. We're gonna go into it very fast because we got some opinions. Where does someone want to start? First of all,
I love this show.
This fucking season blows.
First of all, the cliffhanger is exactly where I knew it was going to be, and I'm sure everyone else did.
So did I.
And I can't wait to play as Abby in season 3. Yay!
And you know what? This is why I'm actually glad that I watched Aaron do the gameplay, because then now I had something to compare it to. Because I don't think if I wouldn't have watched the gameplay, I would have been really completely thrown off. So I can make the comparisons between the two. Like, for instance, how in the game, Abby gets introduced way earlier. Not so much introduced earlier, but I mean, as far as what we're about to get with her with season 3 happens early on, opposed to much later on in its reverse, because with Joel, instead of him dying early on in the season, he dies later on in the game. So they kind of reversed both of them for that scenario. And also I found out that the scene where Ellie is going to the aquarium on the boat, that was going to be in the game, but they cut it from the game, but then they put it into the show.
Ellie, I'm sorry, but Ellie needs to die.
Not before her and Abby have the fight that I know that they're going to have.
I'm also gonna say it like
Abby
this.
needs to put 2 in her right then and there at the fucking library.
As much as I really like Bella,
what fight? Tickle fight. The fuck? Like,
tickle fight.
The fuck are we fighting? Then these two don't even fucking fight. They're not believable.
As much as I like Bella Ramsey, the girl that's playing Abby should have been Ellie. The girl that's playing Abby should have been Ellie, and then like,
why did that throw everybody? Because I was just like, what?
Am I wrong? I really feel like the girl that's playing Abby should have been Ellie.
Maybe an adult version of Ellie.
No, dude, they could have kid her down more. Like 100%.
She could have played the kid. She could have played the kid. She's small enough.
A
tall
ass fucking kid. Yeah, bro. We like
or go ahead.
Like, or at least 30. What the fuck?
Or they could have written Ellie to not be a fucking pussy.
Well, I mean, technically,
I'm sorry. I'm not. I have no fucking issue with Bella Ramsey. I think she is a fantastic actress. I hate the people writing this show with a passion. I hate them because Ellie is not believable in half the scenes they write her in. The scene where she kills the girl in the fucking in the underneath part of the hospital. That's Ellie. Then you bounce back to when Abby. Well, I'm gonna jump around. We're gonna jump to this episode when Abby has her at fucking gunpoint and she has Tommy on the ground getting ready to shoot him and fucking. First off, I told y'all Jesse was fucking dead. Did I not? His ass was immediately.
We're gonna get to that in a fucking minute.
But okay. Anyway, we'll get back to that in a second. This no version of Ellie from the fucking game is like, no, don't show me, no. That never fucking happens. That's not a thing. That's not how she acts at any point in time. Like, I'm sorry, it's not fucking believable. Like, they keep going back and forth with make her a badass for 10 seconds. They make her not believable in the next 10 fucking minutes. I can't get over the fact that whoever's writing the show this way is doing these things. It aggravates me because I'm like, yo, and I don't even mean to sound like, oh my God, you're being a hater of the fucking show. Like, bro, you can't go from 1 second bashing some girl's brains in underneath the fucking hospital, and then the next minute you're like crying and whining about some stupid shit. Like, that's not Ellie in the game. Ellie in the game is a badass the entire time.
Do you think did they do a better job writing her in the first season?
A way better job. They actually didn't. I'm not even gonna lie. They did a half better job this season because the Ellie that we saw, when she's being I don't know what, like, she does like cringy dad jokes and like teenage humor. That's Ellie from the game too. That's her. But like at the end of the day, it's not the whiny crybaby about certain things. That's the shit that bothers me. Like they've had her be this person that she's not. Like that's what really annoys me is that listen, you're never gonna get a 1-to-1 to the game, right? There's always creative direction. And I get that to a T. But at the same point in time, I'm just like, bro, you could have written Bella Ramsey. Like there's time people clip it, and I hate to say it, but people clip it. There's times when like Bella Ramsey's character looks like really, really genuinely scared of like things she shouldn't be scared of, or she makes jump scare faces at things where you're like, well, why is that her reaction? Because it's never a reaction from the game. They just did some shit in the show that I'm like, bro, I just don't get. Like, I understand where you're going, but I don't like it necessarily.
And even the part where she meets up when she's looking for Abby when she gets to the aquarium. Well, I will say this, and this is the one smart thing that they actually had her do, because if they didn't have her do this, I would have been kind of taken out from her even with holding the gun. The part where she goes inside the aquarium and she takes the bullets out and she cleans and she wipes them, because naturally the gun would jam, even though with it being wet. Right. So I'm glad they had her do that. That was actually realistic. But the part that got me was when she saw Owen and Mel talking, which I do remember seeing in the gameplay. And she like telling them, like asking them where's Abby, and she says, give me the map point where it's at, and you come over and do the same thing. And if it doesn't match up, then I'm gonna take you out. But when Owen went and got the gun to shoot her, why did Ellie kind of like flinch when she instead of her going like this, she said like that, like she just like back, like she never knew how to shoot a gun before. Yep. So that kind of like caught me out of it too. When that happened, I'm like, all that training you had, and you look like you was scared to pull that trigger.
Ellie from the game is just more ruthless. That's what it is. She's more ruthless than she's being portrayed in the show. That's what bothers me. Because again, I will keep reiterating. Sorry, Chase, I may cut you off. I'll let you go in a second. The part that makes me mad at the end of the day, and I know DZ agrees with me on this, it's still a revenge mission. It's still a revenge mission. You're trying to get justice for somebody killing your father figure. And half the time, she does not come off like that's what she's doing. She comes off like she's out here on a joyride with her girlfriend, having a good fucking time. Yeah. Like, and it's not how the fuck the story should be. It bothers me because I'm like, yo, just make her seem like she's out here doing something to get revenge for Joel. Right. I don't believe that's what she's doing right now.
Yeah. This season has been so inconsistent, especially since they killed Joel, that it's crazy. I was happy in the beginning when you see Ellie's growth. So at this point, she's taking down 300-pound grown men to the ground, and she has this whole thing, and now you further infuriated because Joel gets killed. Granted, okay, fine. She finds love with Dina and all of that, but she has this in her. So there's growth here. Her aggression's growing. The fact that she goes looking for Abby and going to the city and the whole nine. So she has to grow aggressively along with this. And they keep going back and forth from the aggressive Ellie to the, I'm scared of everything Ellie. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit the timeline. You know what I'm saying? It does not fit. This young girl has been through a lot. She's lost a father figure. They just rekindled a broken relationship. She should be absolutely maniacal. And this is why I didn't like the Dina character with all of that, because it literally becomes a crutch that Dina should die. Because she should. Because that was never going to happen, though. That would further add fuel to Ellie's growth in the series. You know what I'm saying? You're losing half of the audience because you're losing what made people watch it in the first place. You want to get rid of Joel, I didn't agree with, but fine, do that. But you now can't make the whole goddamn thing complacent. It's like the whole time I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching?
So they were all, listen, what did I say before this show came out? I said within the first 2 episodes, Joel's gone. I said it. Yeah. And I agree with the whole, I can't believe Neil Druckmann is as involved as he is. And to get the writing that we're getting for Ellie. Because it's wild. Because, I thought one of the better scenes of this episode specifically was when her and Jesse were on top of the building doing that whole scene where they were talking about, I voted no, all that stuff. Like, Ellie seemed strong in that scene. But then, like, you go to another scene, and like you said, inconsistency, she's just weak. She's, like, not the strong Ellie that we know from the game. It's weird. Like, I don't know why they went so back and forth. I don't necessarily understand that.
They had to give her a human side because of the baby thing that she killed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Dina should die. That's why Dina should die.
So I was actually gonna say, to be honest with you, the whole Owen and Mel scene, I didn't hate that because I actually thought
it was pretty from the game.
But no, it was different from the game.
But not incredibly. Like, point at the map, I shoot you, I accidentally kill the pregnant chick.
Yeah,
like,
but she never gets asked to take the baby out.
Yeah, that's part
the difference. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because again, here's the thing though, right? This is where I'm gonna sit here and tell you guys I don't hate that because again, to Chase's point, it's humanizing her to the Dina situation because it's from, oh, now Dina's pregnant, so it's the sense of I have to go back and protect her, like the same way that this person should have been protected from my accidentally shooting her and the bullet going through and hitting her in the throat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be like, oh my God, I couldn't save the baby, so now what happens if something happens to Dina? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that aspect. I don't even hate that. That's not bad. It's really not. I actually thought that was fine. It was a clean fucking shot, in my opinion. For somebody holding a gun, shaking like this, going backwards, it's a pretty goddamn clean shot. But either way, like that scene doesn't bother me. I don't know.
But you know what? You know what does bother me though? So the you wasted it scene at the end where Jesse does get shot and her and Abby are talking. I just don't believe either one of them in that scene. Like, I don't.
Well, first of all, can we just talk about the fact that Jesse is supposed to be trained.
But that is how he goes out in the game, though. That's exactly how he goes out.
It's the exact death from the game.
Jesse's supposed to be trained.
Right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He fucking hears shots in the other fucking room.
Yeah,
he doesn't check shit.
Yeah,
it's the same thing in the game, though. I don't know why.
No, but I said that playing the game too. I'm like, yo, these dudes are so careful around every corner. All of a sudden, you hear a shot and you're bolted through the fucking door like you're not gonna get fucking capped, bro. Like,
and just like he might as well have just went and just digested her fucking gun because he literally like walked through the door and caught the bullet.
But he did.
He really did.
Literally right in the cheek, like right there.
I can imagine what the people that haven't watched this game watching that scene must have thought. They must have been in complete and utter shock.
I was just like, why the fuck would you just run through the door without checking? Like, this just didn't make any sense to me. Like, I get they were trying to move this along and get rid of him, but from me, I didn't play the game. I didn't know this was coming. I know he's supposed to die. I hear the shots going in the other room. I expect them to run to the door, but you haven't even assessed what's going on in the other room.
Take a look first, man. Just look.
He just runs through the door. Like, this is something I would expect Ellie to do. I wouldn't.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what I think? What it was, and I don't know why I didn't think it. I think someone else mentioned it too. I think they did that because even though they heard that gunshot, they probably thought maybe some clickers got in. I think that was the thing. They thought maybe a clicker found where they were at, and that's what that's why they ran to that. They ran like and didn't think. Naturally, they wouldn't think that it was going to be Abby there. They wouldn't have thought that would have been her.
I was gonna say you also have to remember at that point, Jesse and Ellie are both like, oh, I have to go protect Dina in case something's wrong. That's where their mind goes immediately. Yeah. I have to go protect the pregnant chick. Got to go do it right now. You know what I'm saying?
At the point that shots goes off, if it's clickers, Dina's already gone. Sorry,
done.
She's done.
Dunzo.
And you will be seeing her, and Chasey, you will be seeing her in season 3. I just like throwing that at you.
Listen, if by that same token, you go through the door and you end up in the mouth of a clicker and whatnot. Like, I'm gonna write the show, man.
Oh, Leo, I feel like Leo hasn't said. Leo, I feel like you haven't said anything. You have some? You could. I was gonna say I don't want to like impede on all the time here.
Let's see. Ellie needs to die.
Thank you. It ain't just
he said Ellie needs to die, not Dina. He said Ellie.
Mm-hmm. I thought I had her in the damn forest scene. I was like, yeah,
but that's straight from the game too.
She's not gonna die.
I know she's not gonna die, but I just want her to die. Okay.
Hey, Aaron, so does that mean we're going to get that? So that means next season we're going to get that chase scene through the theater.
But we're gonna for a couple of episodes we're gonna be from Abby's point of view. I guarantee it. They're gonna do that.
I think most of the next season is Abby's point of view.
It's going to be her,
if not the whole thing. It might be the whole fucking thing.
And people are gonna be really confused and be like, "What the hell is this?"
I mean, I'm curious as to when are they gonna start? When do you think they'll start showing her point of view though?
Right,
probably immediately. Probably
no. But I mean, like from like what point in the time?
From when she
decides to kill.
From when she
stabs him.
From when she leaves to stab.
I think they should show her. They should show us him beating the shit out of her. That's what I would like to see.
I mean, mate, you
tenderizing that motherfucker. Just tenderizing him.
You know what else I will say? So these are the things that I'm not gonna say it pissed me off because I understood why they didn't do it, but I need to see it in the next season. So when Abby, when Ellie was on, when Jesse came to save Ellie the first time, you heard on the radio, "Oh, sniper! Shots fired! Shots fired!" And it was obviously for Tommy, right? But we didn't get to see any of Tommy fighting, which is what I vouched for this entire season. My thoughts are in the Abby season next season.
That's what we're going to see.
You're going to see Tommy taking out multiple of Abby's friends in that fucking season. You're just going to see them getting shot.
A cool part of the game,
bro. He's going to take out like 2 or 3 of Abby's friends
because in the game, you're playing as Abby while that's happening. So that would make sense.
There's a literal scene where you're trying to duck sniper fire from Tommy in a tower, like he's up on a bridge,
and I saw that part that you want to see so bad when they was going to the door and her boy was talking to her, pop right through the face. Like I was like, whoa.
You actually know, what did make me mad about this episode? You remember they were looking at the buildings that had the scaffolding attaching the buildings. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to, like, that was one of the cooler parts in the game where you had to like go across those buildings. Like I would love to see like a part of a scene where like they had to navigate that a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like that was like a really cool part of the game.
They're gonna do. You're gonna see they're gonna do some different things. What I also will say is that last scene, no mention or viewing of Lev is kind of a wild card to me because I don't know why.
That's the kid, right?
In it, it's the kid who Abby's protecting in the game.
It's gonna be a season 3 thing.
He's in the final scene that we saw. That he's behind her with an arrow on Tommy.
Oh, was he? I didn't even notice that. Oh shit!
In the game, he's behind Abby, like with an arrow pointed at Tommy. Yeah. So, like, my thing is, there's potential for them to say he's hidden because he could have an arrow pointed at Dina somewhere in the background of the show.
Right.
They could say, "Oh, he's sitting there," and then he finds out Dina's pregnant and doesn't.
Or he's just off camera with the arrow pointed.
He's off camera. Yeah, you can't see. They could hide him, but Lev is such a crucial part of the second game. That you can't
with Abby,
you can't exclude him. He needs to be involved in the show. So like my thought immediately went to there. But I expect season 3. Honestly, I fully expect Dina's friends being killed off by Tommy, a couple of them. I fully expect maybe one more scene that we didn't see of that. Also, what's his name was such a focal point of this season. I feel like he's going to be directly involved in the 3rd season. The dude who was Isaac. Isaac is going to be involved in the 3rd season.
Isaac will be a big thing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big part of the 3rd season. Like, all that being said, though, listen, I'm disappointed. Like, it just didn't.
It wasn't season 1.
It wasn't season 1. You know what? I just realized season 2 of The Last of Us suffered from the same thing that season 2 of House of the Dragon did. Where you know how like season 1 of House of the Dragon, for those who watched it, it was like it was up. It was like constantly going up. Same thing with season 1 of Last of Us, it was always going up. Season 2 of House of the Dragon kind of did that thing where it was like up here, down, and it just kept going down because they're building up to season 3, which is the war. Mm-hmm. And I feel like The Last of Us season 2 did the same exact thing. So going into season 3, I expect them to, take a lesson from what they lacked in season 2, learn from that, do what they did with season 1, but maintain whatever it is you're doing for season 2. That way you can get it to go back up to where you once were. Because a lot of people had a lot of issues with this season throughout. There were moments where there were some good moments. I think no one's going to complain that the episode 2 was probably one of the best episodes. Because of how everything went down was episode 2. I think episode 6 was like the flashback was also a good one, even though it was like a mellow type of episode. But when you can only pinpoint just those 2 out of 7 episodes, opposed to season 1 where almost every episode was so good, then that's
not enough infected, by the way, not enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
the past couple weeks, not enough. No way. What I also will say, a couple things that I fully expected if they don't, they can redeem the show a little bit by doing the following in season 3, like I just said. Tommy and Abby's friends, the Rat King, if they decided to do something with the Rat King in some way, shape, or form, could be fucking killer on screen. Don't know if they'll do it. Don't know if they have the balls, but it would be dope if they did.
But is it Abby the one who deals
Abby fights the Rat King. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Abby and the Rat King. I think that they have to find a way to make so like the worst parts of Abby that we've seen so far is her literally shooting Jesse in the face, which at that point I was kind of like, you ran, like Chase said, you ran through the door. You kind of deserve
that whole last scene. I just didn't believe. I didn't believe her as Abby, and I didn't believe her as Ellie.
And then like the only thing that really has made her seem like she's evil. I'm gonna put that in quotes, evil, because she's just getting revenge for her dad at the end of the day. But like, it was her stabbing Pedro Pascal's Joel in the neck with the fucking golf club. And you know, that's the only part of her that you've seen that's been like, oh, I don't like this character. Outside of this, you have an antagonist who you're kind of like, I kind of see her fucking point. Joel shot her fucking dad.
Yeah.
Like you
Abby,
okay.
Abby was a
I get
Abby
it.
was a menace in the game. She was a menace.
That makes sense.
She's an asshole in the game, actually. And like the Abby Owen thing that happens in the game, if that happens in the show, that's a whole different fucking dynamic in and of itself. Because Abby does some things. Yeah, Abby does some things in the game that you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know we were doing this. But like, let's
hope that they actually do go that route, and hopefully they actually are listening to the critiques of the fans and actually don't take that so much to heart, but just like I said, just like take it as a lesson and say, you know, just go back to that, like, because like you said, that it can be redeemed, and I truly believe that it can. And like I said, based off of the gameplay that I saw you do, and even some that outside of that, I want to see them really go all the way. Like, don't hold back. I mean, really give us what we got in season 1. Like, you know, we need to reinvent the wheel, and it's an adaptation. You don't have to stray. I know you want to add some original stuff in there, but you don't have to completely flip every thing around to the point where it's even unrecognizable to those who played the game.
I think my issue is they've already done irreversible damage to Ellie's character, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything you could do to bring her back around to be like, she's this scheming, maniacal, ruthless badass who's out here to get
at. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, you can't. What's got to happen is,
it is
in the middle of fucking Dina giving birth, she gets eaten by a fucking clicker.
There it is.
We off the running. and let Ellie see it and not be able to save her. And we off and running.
Chase is gonna wake the neighbors.
Comeback road.
He wants a red wedding. That's what he wants.
I'm gonna fucking scream.
Oh man, ain't nothing like a red wedding, boy.
That's what he wants. He wants a red wedding. He wants
nothing like a red wedding.
When I was watching this episode and I saw Dina was still alive, I said Chase is somewhere doing the Trey from Boys in the Hood, just air punching.
He's mad as hell right now.
So I did want to bring up the slide because I felt like it was worth at least mentioning. So, here's your Rotten Tomatoes score as of the end of season 2 of The Last of Us. So I just want to put it out there for what it's worth. Now, here's what I will say. I don't want to go crazy into the numbers, and the reason why I don't is because The Last of Us season finale did premiere Memorial Day weekend, so I didn't expect the viewership to be as crazy.
That was that Sunday shit.
It was the Sunday of Memorial Day.
It was at barbecues, bro.
I fully expected The Last of Us to take a dip in terms of viewership, and then people who were watching it would watch it Monday, Tuesday, whatever, when they caught up to it. But what I will say is they're starting to calculate like the numbers in terms of like how many people have watched over the course of X amount of time. And like they're saying right now that it's lost about half its viewership from the beginning of the season. So if that's accurate and that turns out to be accurate, then I think that speaks volumes as to where we are in terms of the season.
Pedro Pascal, bro.
Didn't they say that they were trying to do 4 seasons of
They
this?
said they said that 3 seasons is not going to be enough to tell the whole story. They need to do 4. So if they go on this trajectory, season 3 will be Abby's point of view. You will end with that scene where she's pointing the gun at Ellie, or like somewhere towards the middle endish. You'll end up with her and Ellie having a fight scene of some kind, and then you'll end up season 4 will end up being Ellie going after to find Abby again after she lets her go and escapes and this, that, and the other thing. So like it makes sense for
I
the
actually
timeline.
think next season ends with like the scene where Ellie and what's her face are in the house together and she decides to leave, and that's how the season will end.
Probably, yes. That would.
And
make
let me just
her
say, I
and
saw the gameplay, and I saw the gameplay with the fight that Ellie and Abby had, like the first fight. And let me just tell you this: if they do this, the way they do it in the game, that is going to be a one-sided, brutal fight.
It should be, but
it'll look weird
because Ellie in the game, she got her ass handed to her
sure did
by Abby.
Yep, sure did.
You
know what I will say again. I just wanted to put these numbers up there just to show, like, hey, because we talk about the popcorn meter a lot. That's the audience. In my opinion, the audience kind of does speak volumes. I don't really look at the tomato meter as much anymore, like in terms of the critics, because it kind of is what it is when it comes to everything. But what I will say is, here's my thoughts, especially on the finale. So. Spoilers, if you guys didn't watch my gameplay, maybe I'll link it down in the description or something like that. The way The Last of Us Part 2 ends is with major spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, walk away, come back, whatever. Watch it again after it's all over. But it ends on an awkward fight scene with Abby fighting Ellie. It's a brutal scene in the whatever body of water they're in, and they both kind of walk away from the fight, and it kind of makes you think, oh, there'll be a game 3. In my opinion, and by the way, the studios have said there's no plans as of this point to make a third game, which is fucking dog shit. If Neil Druckmann doesn't make a third game, dog shit if he doesn't fucking do it. But what I will say is, I would love for The Last of Us to actually pick a direction. I would like for either one of Abby or Ellie to be fucking killed by the end of the show. Either one of them take a fucking bullet and die by the end of the show. I don't care which one. Pick a fucking direction.
It's Ellie.
If you kill off Ellie, I'm fucking down. I'm so fucking down with it. Kill her off.
She ends up playing guitar with Joel in heaven.
And then guess what? At the end of the day, Dina's in that house, and now you're a single mom. And that's where we're at.
Nah, bro. Like, no. She shoots Abby, a fucking bullet goes through Abby, ricochets off the wall, hits Dina.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Dude, let them both die. Fuck it. Revenge.
Or maybe
revenge, you dig two graves.
Maybe you kill off both fucking characters.
Dig 2 graves when you're going for revenge.
Maybe. I hope I hope Max decides to pick a fucking direction.
That was a long in the tooth saying, sir.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
I really do. I wouldn't
even be opposed to it. I wouldn't even be opposed to it because that would be something the fans don't want to see coming.
100%. The fans, in my opinion, the fans would want it. But listen, I say it all the time. I say it about Marvel. I say it about a lot of things. There's no consequences anymore. There's consequences to all this bullshit. Somebody got fucking die. Yeah. Somebody got to fucking go.
We got a lot of consequences in this, though. We got the baby. We had
Jesse. Jesse's a side character. He dead.
No.
Yeah, but the casual
the consequences. The consequences, the consequences. And this is where the casual fans.
The casual viewer did not know Daddy Pedro was dying. All right, they had no idea.
Yeah, and they didn't know that Jesse was gonna die. They didn't know that she had to.
They didn't know Ellie was killing a pregnant woman.
Yeah, they didn't know none of that shit.
Yo, am I wrong that I like that scene?
No, because it's fucking like holy shit.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, after she shot, I figured she caught both of them, but then she looked up. I was like, oh shit, it missed her. Then I saw her neck. I was like, oh no, it didn't miss her.
Got her.
But she pulled up the shirt. I was like, oh.
That's what makes the scene with Jesse before that more impactful, because Jesse's just like, you're just gonna fuck this shit up, bro. Like, you're just gonna fuck this shit up.
I just think the worst thing Max could do potentially is almost end the way the game did, because it always bothered me the fact that like
that ending of the game
Ellie did all this shit to get to Abby
and didn't kill her.
And in the end, it was like, you know what? It's okay. Like everything's okay. You killed my dad. You killed my dad. My dad killed your dad. It's fine. We're fine. It's okay. We're square.
Right.
Yeah,
You could have did that from the
yeah.
beginning. You could have did
You know
that
what
from the
I'm
beginning.
You could have just done.
I
You
guess
could
it's
have
an
been
eye
like, you
for
know
an eye
what?
for real.
You know what? Everybody, we killed a lot of people. Let's just walk away. Like, nah, let's somebody fucking die. Somebody fucking die. How
Too
about
much
that?
death.
I would've said, what I would have said, okay,
now
let's
that I do
all.
agree with.
I would have
Got
said,
it.
okay, let's all agree with everybody walk away. And as soon as she gets far enough, I'll hit the bolt action. Wow.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think the
Go
ending with one.
evil.
I think the ending with one of them dying would make it more satisfying because
100%.
that ending did. Because when I was watching the gameplay, I was literally like, "Is that it? Like, there's nothing else that happens after that."
You can't sit here and tell me there's not a world, and if I spoil it for anybody, I apologize in advance. You can't
had
sit
their
here and
warning.
tell me there's not a fucking ending out there for HBO Max where they go, oh, Ellie goes after Abby again, fucking dies, and the final scene you see in The Last of Us season 4 is her strumming a guitar next to fucking Pedro Pascal as Joel up in heaven somewhere, like, I'm back with my dad again, but we dead. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that's not the Max thing to do. It is. It's the Max thing.
The Max thing.
And see, here's the thing: we've kind of gotten so far away from the clickers and the infected aspect of this game, which is what we came here for. So, I mean, like, listen, Ellie's
All this
outnumbered.
human shit.
Yeah, Ellie's outnumbered, bro. Let's get with the army of infected. Let them loose in the city, and and up to Annie, bro. Like let's get to that.
It's crazy because they promised a lot more infected this season, and
Didn't get it.
You had two episodes where three. You had 3 episodes where they were in it.
episodes where they were in it.
There's
Really.
3 episodes they were in it.
Really.
Super
and
lame.
it was an episode.
The whole
two
last.
where
How
you
many
saw
episodes did we go
most-
without?
like a
4 or
lot of
5?
them.
Yeah, I think. Well, the episode where Abby was being chased was absolutely insane, but
Dope.
it was absolutely insane. But then after that, you didn't see any infected really outside of the ones that were stuck in the wall for 3-4 episodes, right? Am I wrong?
And on the
4 episodes?
Then you had
on the
you had
train.
the one
Oh, on the
the
train.
train.
Yes,
Train
the train.
one?
The train. Yeah, the
and
train.
the
That's true.
stalkers that didn't do anything.
Oh, I forgot about the stalkers. Were actually kind of dope, though. To be honest with you,
They didn't do
Stalkers.
anything.
Yeah, well, they did. They trapped Dina in a cage.
I mean, she trapped
They
for
didn't eat her.
something.
Almost
They didn't
doesn't
eat
count.
her.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
Mission failure.
I mean, listen, man. We'll see.
Failure.
But for me, it didn't land. It didn't land. The season 2 didn't land. I hope season 3 lands. I need to see more badass Abby.
So I guess
But-
we'll find out in 2027 then, right?
Yeah, sure. I guess if I'm interested by then. we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Dude, they need to speed up these fucking things, bro.
Can't.
They have to.
What comes first, Spider-Verse or season 3 of The Last?
Season 3 of The Last of Us.
Probably. Probably.
Well, it's definitely season 3 of The Last of Us.
Because they probably already
It'll be
started
2
working- they
years,
probably
but it's
started
still
working
going to be
on
season 3 of The Last of Us.
They probably started working on season 3 or getting ready to.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have a whole 4-year-old by the time Spider-Verse comes out. It's great.
You're going to have that 4-year-old by the time GTA 6 comes out. That shit ain't coming out next year.
Facts. Crazy. Nah, it's coming out next year. They have
It
to.
better. Dude, it doesn't have to do anything.
Well, look at it this way: when GTA 6 comes out next year, all of this will be behind. Well, shoot, it already
The whole
behind
world
just a whole year.
ends.
Yo, before we get out of here, DZ Lee, are we playing season 2.5 tomorrow? Marvel Rivals. I'm streaming. So
Yo, let's go. Let's go.
Well, guys,
Hey, but can we just ask you for one favor? Can you not scream at me as much? Thank you.
no, I'm gonna be a new buffed Punisher. You know how that's gonna work for lobbies?
yeah,
I'll be Penny. I'm Penny all fucking day. So I'm
Nut
good.
check in. Let's go, baby.
I'll be in DJ mode Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
I respect that.
you already know.
So it's all good. Just play. Let's play the X-Men theme at one point in time in the night. That's all.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna send
yeah,
you a
yeah.
video. I'll send you guys a video.
Oh God.
All
And
right, but I
also
guess-
play the Darth Vader scene too. At the wedding reception when she's walking in.
That won't get me fired.
I think you can pull it off.
All right, guys. I guess that's an episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Mancave101 Podcast for myself, Aaron, Big Chase, with DZ, Leo, and of course our guest Torian. Torian, tell them where to find you.
You can find me on here, Torian Rain Reloaded. You can also find me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Torian Rain Reloaded. You can also find me on Instagram and Threads. Let me tell you something. Y'all better stop sleeping on Threads. Threads is actually
Threads
a
is
pretty
interesting.
good. It's a very actually interesting app to be on. It's actually a more calmer, toned down version if you combine Twitter and Instagram. But I like it. I like it over there for now. But it's actually a very good, interesting place to be. But I'm also on Threads as well. Same name.
Nice. All right. Well, Mancave101 Podcast.
Ooh.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh.
YouTube, Facebook. Gets the.
I just have one thing to say before we get out of here. Next week, guys, be on the lookout. I just want to let everybody in this podcast know. Predator Killer of Killers drops next Thursday when we stream.
And also to speak in the next week, next Wednesday, I'm able to see an early screening of Ballerina. So I'm gonna be seeing it. So I'm gonna be able to see it next Wednesday, and I'm gonna put the review up on Thursday.
I forgot that
Nice.
comes out next week too. Shit, that comes out next week too.
Crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Also-
the summer movies are upon us.
Also, don't forget to stop at the merch shop, man. Mancave101.org. New t-shirts popping out for the spring. New gear. We want everybody to, be swagged out. My big
Not
guys.
the hero gasm shirt.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. You want that. My big guys all the way up to 5X. There will be no cold belly buttons this summer. Plenty of elbow room up in there. Stop by, cop something, man. Mancave101.org is the website. We appreciate you in advance.
Shout out to SZA. She made a whole song for y'all.
Yeah.
She made a whole anthem for you.
Yes, sir.
The Council of Unks dropping soon.
Yeah,
Yep.
I actually talked to our department. They said they might let Aaron in for coming up with that.
Yes.
Council of Monks is crazy, but find us on all of our stuff. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I just say Kick Rumble at this point because I don't even know if we're on there anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Where's
whatever.
the Where's
We're
the
live.
thing?
We're live every Thursday, giving you all your nerdy needs throughout the week. Take care. Have a great week, everyone. We love y'all. See you soon.
Peace.
Fuck Peacemaker.
Dina must die. That's a t-shirt.
Oh,
Dina must die.
God.
Dina must die.
What?
That's a t-shirt, bro.
Crazy.
Gotta
Can't be
talk to
killing
her.
pregnant women. It's crazy.
Listen, man.
I
Got
got
rid of
to
one.
the man cab. I got to the